Welcome to College Ultimate Team Challenges presented by EA Sports College Football. Don't forget, you can check your goals in the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Take it away, broadcast team.
Offense getting set for first down. White going to attack through the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Now on second down after the incompletion. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. And that pass picked off. Bringing it back. The tag. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Welcome to this College Ultimate Team Challenge presented by EA Sports College Football. As always, if you want to check what goals you're going after, just go to the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the 2023 National Champion Michigan Wolverines. Go Blue. Now to my guys in the booth. Take it away.
On first down, here comes this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to get to it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under. And how about this Buckeye defense? This is not all flash and score around here these days.
And when you've seen Ohio State really be great and make those playoff runs, you always pick out those big defensive linemen that can get there.
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle and prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
These corners going to give them some space. Unloads it left. And that pass is intercepted. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
He's not going to make it stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked off his feet.
Yeah, and you wonder if this team didn't decide in at halftime that they need to come out in the second half and really get this running game established, get this offensive line lathered up, pushing some people around.
Off the play fake. He'll take a shot. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to try him much more. Goodness gracious, you can tell he's ready for what he's seeing. Second interception. I would not throw near that guy anymore. You might want to try the other side of the field.
So close to cashing it in for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On second down, he'll let it fly. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
On third and forever, let's test his arm strength. And it's caught inside the 20. And he's wrestled to the ground.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
This seems to be a chip shot field goal attempt and a routine 3 points, but they will go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Going for 6. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Looking to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
Unloads to the wideout. Fires and picked off. Takes it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And we know turnover margin is a huge part of winning ball games. Interception number 2. His quarterback has to do a better job taking care of the football. Don't force it. Take the high completion percentage stuff. Don't always try to go for the big play.
Looking to pass. It's Stafford. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find enough.
And it's picked off for the third time today. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
That quarterbacks in zone coverage, they have to see it, and they have to manipulate defenders, and they don't. You could tell the middle linebacker reading his eyes the whole way, breaks on the football, and
Welcome to College Ultimate Team Challenges presented by EA Sports College Football. Don't forget, you can check your goals in the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the North Carolina Tar Heels. Now to my guys in the booth. Take it away.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. grabbed in the middle. It's Cameron. And tackled there by the defense.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
They'll line up for a second down play. Back to pass, it's Mayfield. Looking left. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And they really need to convert this third down, guys. If not, they're staring at a third punt. Got him downfield. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tar Heels. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. And they will open this drive right on the doorstep with a 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. That's reeled in. It's Burden. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got the back over the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
He'll need some juice in that arm on 3rd and long. Got it behind the line. It's Jordan. And they get him, and they'll lose yardage on that completion.
One thing you can never take for granted defensively is the ability to make tackles in space. That was not easy. That's a running back catching the ball out on the perimeter of the field on 3rd down. He's used to making people miss and looking silly. Great job using fundamentals to get him down, setting up.
A spectacular one-hand grab. And he is out of bounds, short of the goal line. It's a stop for this defense, a turnover on downs.
It's a turnover on down.
Quarterback will audible. Looking for a man. It's Jordan. Buying some time. He'll pull it down.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
He's looking to pass. Moving away from pressure. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Here's the score. North Carolina 15, Ohio State 0.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. He'll set up to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ohio State. Old Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense, Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
The snap sets up the throw. He's got it. Two-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal here in the fourth. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on first and goal, they can also drain the clock. They'll try to get it in with the run. Snowed under by the defense.
I know exactly what I have to do here. Defensively, we've got to get the stop. So we're playing run. We're selling out to run because we're thinking they're going to run the football, and we got 3 timeouts. Let's use them wisely. Look, let's use those timeouts, save as much clock as we can so our offense has some time on the clock to do some damage when they get the football back.
Bounced off his feet. So, Jesse, they're able to connect on the crossing route against the zone. You run that pattern against that coverage. What do you have to keep in mind?
Well, the receiver needs to know where the soft spot is in the defense so he can gear himself down. And the quarterback, Reese, has to play with great timing. Because if he's too early or too late on the throw, that might get picked.
Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. He breaks a tackle.
Man, that's a really good stop by this defense. This is when you need it the most. You know they're running the football. You've got to be physical. You've got to get the ball back when you're trailing. Get the ball back to your offense. Nice stop on 3rd down.
It's 4th down now, and this likely the final snap before the 2-minute warning. Looking for a man. It's Mayfield. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on.
On the double.
He's looking to throw. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
That's what I'm talking about. What a clutch play. You had to have a play on defense. You needed to get the ball back to your offense, forcing the interception, forcing them to throw the football late in the game. Nice job by this defense. Let's give the offense a turnover.
And they're looking for a 4th-quarter lead, and they'll need a touchdown to do it. 1st and goal. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot. And that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cooper. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And you're seeing why this guy is on the field during 2-minute situations. He can catch the football and make things happen. Nobody open downfield. You just dump it down to him and let the guy go to work, pick up a huge play, and help this offense get in position to win the game.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And 3rd down for a defensive lineman, trust me, I'm one of them, is money down. Go get me that quarterback. Make the stop. Get him to 4th down. The defensive line, the defense was ready to rock and roll. Nice job.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Wants to throw. It's Jordan. He wants a big play here late. And it's caught inside the 30. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. He's looking to throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. Wideouts all wadded up in a bunch. They want to throw it. Fires to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open grain, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. As they come to the line on second down, ordinarily you might go up top, but they need to keep this one on the ground, keep that clock winding. And they'll knock him down.
Yeah, and you see in the red zone, all the bodies start to come inside. And a lot of times you try to find a way to get to the perimeter. This offense does a good job. They toss the football. Nice job by the defense. Now forcing a third down.
Welcome to this College Ultimate Team Challenge presented by EA Sports College Football. As always, if you want to check what goals you're going after, just go to the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. Now to my guys in the booth. Take it away.
First down here for the offense. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. To the air, it's Jordan. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. It's third and long. Let's see if he's got enough juice in that arm. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Fourth down, and they've got to get it to the next time zone, but the offense is going to stay on the field on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Quarterback checking off. The back goes in motion. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. First and goal. Back to throw, it's Jordan. They're working that left side. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Paynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite-level recruiting on the defensive line.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
I think we've seen two plays back-to-back with poor pass protection. Guys have to do a better job. You've got a golden chance here to put a touchdown on the board. Two consecutive plays. They can't protect the QB.
It's fourth down, and this offense is going to stay on the field and keep the kicker on the sidelines. Wide out in motion. He wants to throw it. Coming after him. Quarterback now breaking the field. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
The Red Raiders look to do some damage in the red zone. From the gun, the ground game. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Red Raiders! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. They'll try to pass their way in. He stopped short on the two-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the two. Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. To the air, it's Jordan. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Burden.
When you play zone coverage, when you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
It's still third and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's inside the 40. Able to stay on his feet and get the ball to the 21-yard line. About the only good thing that happened for the offense on that play, at least it wasn't a pick-6. What a return.
Yeah, that didn't look good for the offense. You know all those big fellas, those little linemen, they're not going to be able to go make the play. So as the DB getting the interception, you know if you can break that play, you can get past that level, it might be to the house. It might be to the crib. Lucky that wasn't a pick-6 if you're on offense.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
They've already put this game in a hammerlock, and now they'll go for the submission hold on 4th and goal. They'll run the option. Touchdown, Red Raiders! And the pummeling has started.
That's amazing the coach had the guts to call that play. In that situation on 4th down, from that formation and
Welcome to College Ultimate Team Challenges presented by EA Sports College Football. Don't forget, you can check your goals in the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the Washington Huskies. Now to my guys in the booth. Take it away.
First down here for the offense. Starting this 3rd quarter on the ground. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
When you go into the locker room at halftime, coaches usually have a very simple message. They tell you what they want from you in the second half. I like what they told their players. Apparently, they're going to run the football. They're going to come out and commit to that in this second half.
White wants to throw it. Pressure coming. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down and run. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And they got him for the sack.
How great is it if you're a defensive coordinator that you know I can put 6 DBs on the field in my dime package and I can still get home rushing 4. My guys up front are better than your guys, and we're going to go prove it. And they did just that.
On 4th down, going to the air. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
At the 45 on his way. Good, solid tackle.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Got it.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He'll try to take it back. Running inside the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And makes the score. Ohio State 12, Washington 4.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. They're bringing heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, that would be a fun day.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. It is 3rd and long. Let's see what kind of arm he's got.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 12, Washington 4.
Down in the final period in a tight game, and they will go for it on 4th and goal. White going to attack through the air. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Huskies. They move on top here in the 4th.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it.
And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. From the gun, looking for a man. Quick completion on the out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He wants to go deep. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And they swarm him under.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. How confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's how this game could end. Or do I want to roll the dice because I don't believe in my defense?
Bought a little time, lets it go. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. He's got an open man. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all offseason to get on the same page. You can see he hits them in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Trying to surge it in. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And they got him on the ground just short of the 1-yard line. The running back, you could tell he wanted to get in there, wanted to use his power and try to fall forward, but a nice job of tackling by the defense and making that thing fall just short.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Now the play fake. They're trying to get to it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. This defense has been lights out, stubborn on the doorstep. Can the offense unleashes one deep? And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
And it's now or never. It's do or die for this offense. Fourth down, late in the game, trailing. They absolutely have to connect and move the chains right here. This thing's over.
Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
College football is a game of inches. Let's see how this thing plays out, man. They were just trying to ice the game. If they could have gotten that fourth down, that was ball game. Now the opponent has life. Their defense has given them a chance. Let's see what they can do.
Offense in an empty set. DBs will try to keep everything in front. White wants to throw it. Grabs it in the middle. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, and in this situation, trailing late, you know this is going to be the guy they throw the football to. He is one of the best receivers in all of college football. The defense needs to be anticipating the quarterback looking his way.
Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining.
Timeout, Washington.
Ready, set.
They'll go to the air. A shot toward the end zone. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off.
That's a tough deal for the offense, right? I mean, you're trailing, it's late in the game, you're having to throw the football, you're just trying to make something happen, and ball gets away from the quarterback, ends up in the hands of a DB. Nice job by the defense.
Welcome to this College Ultimate Team Challenge presented by EA Sports College Football. As always, if you want to check what goals you're going after, just go to the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing a custom team made just for this instance. Now let's shift over to our broadcast team.
Line gets set, first down. Dropping back, it's Jordan. Pocket starts to collapse. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but they're not able to come away with the completion.
And some coaches like to say end every drive with a kick, but ending your first three with a punt is not what they have in mind. Third down, they got to get it to Neptune. He'll have to launch a rocket. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Well, look at this, fourth down and a mile and a half, and the offense is still on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
What a big stop for this defense in the second half around midfield. You can set your offense up for success right here on this drive by getting that big fourth down stop.
They want to just keep throwing it. Quick strike complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Defense dropping into soft coverage. To the air, it's Jordan. Throws for the tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Quarterback empties his backfield. Wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Oh, and this receiver with his speed, he's a guy you know this QB is going to look for, especially on these deep shots. You just can't overthrow him when he's that wide open. That's a huge missed opportunity.
Dumps it to the back. Snagged in the middle. It's Jordan. And he'll be brought down.
Man, that quarterback knew that was a tiny window to throw into, and he just showed off his cannon of an arm.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
He's just Johnny on the spot. That's now his second interception of the game, doing a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, and he's just been in the right place at the right time making plays.
Looking to throw. Trying to get to it. And he can't escape, and down he goes. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to...
He's going to throw deep right side. Wide open, he makes the catch. Off to the races to the right. No one's going to get him. Touchdown.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead. They march 78 yards down the field. The Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Back to pass, it's Jordan. Throws toward the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
Man, it's so hard to play defense nowadays. You got a strike zone where you can hit people. You get flagged for targeting. You get flagged for pass interference. That was beautiful. Great job in the end zone, making it a hard window to throw into, and when he caught it, making him feel it.
3rd and goal from way back there. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long and field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
Gets it out fast. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Back to the air one more time. Grabs behind the line. It's Cooper. And that one did not work. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
To throw, it's Jordan. Looking to the end zone. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. 1st and goal. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. With the catch, it's Evans. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And they're able to get him down.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
This offense hasn't been able to find the end zone with a GPS and a slide rule. Can they finally get a touchdown on 3rd and goal? Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. And the defense drags him down.
Well, this guy's been a weapon all game long. They've lined him up all over the field. He's run all different types of routes. The defense has not been able to cover him, and he's got now over 150 receiving yards.
Throws to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And you know what? You kind of of deserved that. Late in the game, where you could run the clock out, still throwing the football all over the yard. Now this game, it's a long shot. So gave him a little bit of hope.
Looking downfield, it's Jordan. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
Defense doing a great job watching the quarterback's eyes and breaking on the ball. They already have 2 picks in the game, and they swat that one away. They are doing an awesome job in coverage.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
I'll tell you, this offense just can't afford too many more incompletions because time's running out in the game. They need big plays in the passing attack, vertically down the...
Oh, he wants it all. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Feeling some heat. Unloaded just as he throws. It's incomplete, and they stop him on 4th down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And the defense gets to the quarterback. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground.
Fires one high and deep. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.
Welcome to College Ultimate Team Challenges presented by EA Sports College Football. Don't forget you can check your goals in the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the Jacksonville State Gamecocks. Take it away, broadcast team.
First down for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Jordan. Coming after it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They have been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Got it, looking for a first.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long.
Fires into traffic, picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, I love the job by the coaching staff there defensively, matching the personnel of the offense, putting their dime package out on the field. So you bring out the extra defensive back, you're anticipating a pass, perfect timing to run that personnel, and you get the pick.
Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a 1st and goal? Trying to make magic with his feet. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. How about this? A two-point conversion coming.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
Scanning the field, it's Jordan. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. And the Gamecocks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Snagged on the outside, it's Thomas. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. 3rd and goal coming up here. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Fires toward the end zone. And it's picked off. Taking it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great...
Welcome to this College Ultimate Team Challenge presented by EA Sports College Football. As always, if you want to check what goals you're going after, just go to the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the UCLA Bruins. Now to my guys in the booth. Take it away.
Dropping back, it's Jordan. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. Couldn't make the connection on 1st down. Now here on 2nd. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
On 3rd and forever, let's test his arm strength. That's caught. It's Jordan. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that 1st down marker.
I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the 1st down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
I guess they believe the entire field is 4-down territory, a bit of an odd choice, but they'll go for it on 4th and 12 miles. He slings it deep to the left. He caught it, and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Bama!
How do you not love the guts of this offense? 4th down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
The option look. He'll pitch it. He's going to be stopped short of the goal line. The 2-point attempt is no good as they are unable to extend the lead. And the Bruins will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Knocked down for the tackle. Live by the blitz. Get hit with a chunk play on the blitz, too, especially if you're man up on that dude.
And you know what? You lose some battles, especially to receivers like this who are so elite. You're going to lose some of those, but I'm still going to be aggressive. I'm still going to play man. I'm still going to have to bring some blitzes, so I'll look for the...
Touchdown, UCLA! A great catch and run for 6.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Booker. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And that's an incompletion and really poor accuracy by the quarterback there. When you're throwing the ball down the field, you don't need to make it perfect, but you do got to put it somewhere around your receiver. You got to give him an opportunity to go up and make a play for it.
Trying to make their way to the promised land on 3rd and goal. Strong, firm tackle.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Showing the arm strength down the left side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. He's looking to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
Well, when you're running the drag route against man coverage like that, as a quarterback, you got to put the ball out in front of your target. And when you do that, you give the guy a chance to then advance the football up the field, pick up a 1st down like they did right there.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. This is for Alabama, 16, UCLA.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Quick pass on the fly motion. Jumped on top of the pile.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
On the ground. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama! And they'll try to tack on 2. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape. So the offense definitely taking care of their business.
And the offense is out on the field with a 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Jordan. Keeps it going. He unleashes a long one. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Bruins. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
He will be stopped short, and we are still tied here in the fourth. I can't imagine why they didn't just kick it and take the lead. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Tripped up for the tackle.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback will audible. The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. And it's intercepted. Oh, what a big play in a tie game. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. The pressure was rising. Drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. And you just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
Makes a connection.
Man, this quarterback is going to have to be deadly accurate here in this 2-minute situation, right? And that's really what he's had to be all game long. He hasn't had a lot of yards because the coverage has just been so tight. He's had to be pinpoint perfect. It's been hard just...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, UCLA.
Touchdown, UCLA.
That is exactly what you want your offense to do. You want it to eat clock, but if you score, go up by 2 possessions, nail, meet, coffin. Great execution by this offense to put this game away.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead.
UCLA.
And how about this? You get to start a drive with a 1st and goal. To the air, it's Jordan. Pressure coming. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. Stumbled to the ground. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make 3rd down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah.
Welcome to College Ultimate Team Challenges presented by EA Sports College Football. Don't forget, you can check your goals in the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the Trojans of USC. Fight on. Now to my guys in the booth. Take it away.
Here comes the offense on first down. They'll open this third quarter with a run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Trojans racing to the line in the hurry up.
Running the football is going to be key to this second half. You want to know why? Because they ran it the first play. Started off with it to get this momentum going, to get the physicality going, maybe get this offense in a good rhythm to try to make some big things happen in the second half.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
And this offense would like to give the punter a little bit of rest after running him out there at the end of the first two drives. Throws to the wideout. He makes a catch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And they can't connect a costly turnover on downs.
That is great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were... knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
All right, let's get it. Wait. Dropping back, it's Reed. Getting some heat. He'll set up to throw. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
It is hard to get sacks on screens. I mean, the offensive linemen stay with you for a little bit. Defensive linemen squirt through. A lot of times they read the screen and backpedal. Not on this one. They got through, got to the quarterback, got him on the ground. Not good execution by the offense, but it still counts as a sack.
The snap sets up to throw. The short hands, it's Johnson.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And the Buckeyes trying to cash it in on first and goal. Snaps it in the shotgun. Lets it fly deep downfield. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Looking to throw, it's Jordan. He's got it in the end zone for the 2, but will it stand? There is a flag down. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a first and goal. He's looking to throw. Spits it out to the back. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Hard-hitting tackle. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. From the gun. He wants it all. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
From the gun. The throw to the outside is complete.
Steps out of bounds at the 40-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Ohio State 13, USC 3.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Looking to pass. It's Reed. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller,
and this looks disastrous. Oh, down he goes. A huge loss on that play.
well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23. And the Trojans line it up with a 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. The sure hands, it's high. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
It's now 3rd down.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Off play action. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And how about the offense, man? You run a little play action. I can just tell you, 3rd and long, as a pass rusher, I'm going to get the quarterback. I don't care about the play action. I'm not biting on it, and neither did the defense.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Back to pass, it's Reed. He's right on target. He will not pick up the 1st down, the desperation play, and that one might have sealed their fate.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback, not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there.
Let's go. Hey. Here we go. Ready.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. They want to throw it. It's complete. And he's knocked down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Here's the snap, looking to throw. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Power ahead. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten halves to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for a man. It's Jordan. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And that is just the worst feeling as a wide receiver because you're way downfield, you're ready for the big play, but you're just unable to connect. I'm sure he's going to be on the sideline asking for another deep shot opportunity.
He'll need some juice in that arm on third and long. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And that is a frustrating possession for this offense. You wanted to run the football, maybe take some time. You did the opposite. Got in a bad situation, threw the football, stopped the clock. Not how you manage a game late in the fourth quarter.
They'll try to tack on a little extra to this lead with a touchdown here on 4th and goal. He wants to throw it. He'll off one deep down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. All kinds of running room. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive.
Welcome to this College Ultimate Team Challenge presented by EA Sports College Football. As always, if you want to check what goals you're going after, just go to the pause menu. In this challenge, you'll be facing the Jaguars of South Alabama. Take it away, broadcast team.
He's going to take a shot right away. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
I like quarterbacks that are being aggressive, but moving forward, if your guy's not open downfield, it's okay just to check it down to a tight end or a running back and take the profit.
He'll take another shot here. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. And the Jaguars have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Jordan. Going deep. Got it in stride at the 15. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Snap it to the back. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, South Alabama.
And when you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
They'll go to the air. They're bringing heat. Throw to the end zone. Picked off.
The two-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. South Alabama, 13. Alabama, 0.
And they will open this drive right on the doorstep with a first and goal. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to buy time. He'll let one go down the right side. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing it up because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
He's going to run it. At the 35, he's open. And he'll be brought down.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast, and I can't catch him.
Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. The 40. The 20.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
Wants to throw. It's Jordan. Quarterback extends the play. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
It's a safe play call, and it's a good, safe decision, right? You're just rolling him out. This is going to be in the end zone or out of bounds, trusting his quarterback to make the right decision. He does. Sets up second.
They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown Tide. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
He's not going to make it stop short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. They are so close to a score, they can smell it on the first play of the drive. First and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Going downfield for the big play. Fires the pass, intercepted.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position. They don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
On first and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Quarterback checking off. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. On the run, fires downfield. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. Quarterback just threw that one wide. Might have been bothered that the defender was going to try to undercut that route and pick it off.
Yeah, and those out routes, remember, you're throwing all the way towards the sideline, so it's a longer
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They've gotten pushed back, but it's still third and goal. To the air, it's Jordan. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Excellent coverage by this defense. They were locked on them like glue, and that's not even close to a touchdown, and the defense makes the stand. Looking to throw. He fires to the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Looking to scramble. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
A loss of 3 yards on the play.
Let's go.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Alabama 31, South Alabama 17.
They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Pushes toward the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Head coach wanted to be aggressive. You could have just kicked an extra point and tied it. Instead, you went for the lead. You come up short. Now, you put a lot of pressure on your defense to get the ball back.
A first down run on the doorstep. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
Yeah, I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game.
Trying to burn this defensive back. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you've got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in the sudden change situation.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get 1 more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We have reached the 2-minute warning, and time is of the essence if this offense is going to make a play. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to throw, it's Jordan. He's going up top here late in the game. A full dive to haul that one in.
What a fantastic effort on that catch. That looked to me like it was just going to be a long incompletion, but how about stretching out, corralling the football, and this offense is on the move.
It's still third and goal. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to take off. On the move at the 30. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
What a third down stop by this defense. Third down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Yeah, man, great job by the defense. First of all, great initial coverage, nowhere to go with the football, and nice job understanding. This dude will take off and run, fly into the football, most importantly, getting that sucker on the ground. Nice.
And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Snap in the shotgun. They're trying to get to it. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. All wideouts, no backs. Looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. He's taking the deep shot. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. To the air, it's Jordan. Here's a throw downfield late. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. If they can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is 3rd and goal. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. It's 3rd and long. Let's see if he's got enough juice in that arm.